Hello, hello, hi, everybody. Oh, it's a very late start. Let me check. Okay, everything's working. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep working on. We're just gonna keep working on it. Okay. That's probably is over here. Okay, there you go. Okay. Okay. Ah, shit. Didn't do that. Okay. Oh, shit. Let's see. Okay. Oh, hi, Cass. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Hold on 1 second. Try and get a bunch of work done tonight. Oh yeah. No, I totally get that. I got the desire to play this, to do this, a lot later than I should have. Okay. But I hope your night's going well. I hope your weekend's been well too. That's awesome. Have you been playing any more Battlefield? Yeah, I mean, I played with my friends a bit on Friday. We didn't play much of the new map because it's so big, and we averaged. It's supposed to be like 32v32, I think, and we averaged like half of those being bots. So we just stuck to like casual breakthrough just to have some fun and hang out. I think we'll probably play more of it when the new map comes out in August. Yeah, sure. Okay. Oop. No, that's not right. Okay. It's gonna be so interesting that I'm gonna be drawing this thing twice.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Turtle. How are you today or tonight? AFK getting a call. Hi, you kids. Hi. Okay, do I like that? Yeah. Okay, I see what to do. Ooh, shit. Let's see. Hello, hi Argy. I'm sorry I started streaming so late. How's your day been? I don't know why I don't like that. I like that one a little bit better. Let's see. that's... Okay, I think that's pretty much it, except for the rug part. I'll take it. Hi, Coyote. They are cool girl people. How long was the meeting? 2 hours, we ran over because we vibed with it. That's cool. I'm glad you vibed with them. That's really awesome. Managed to get a girl's number. She volunteered. Am I that charismatic? I mean, you can be. Oh, the anxiety hit from tomorrow. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, Argy. So like, ooh. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Last week was so peaceful too. I know, right? I'm sorry, sweetheart. If I could fix it, I would. I don't have your car, so you have to wake up early the normal so you can run. Yeah. Does she go to work the same time you do? Bit earlier. I'm sorry, sweetheart. If you think I need to pick you up, please let me know tomorrow with plenty of time for me to leave work. Because I'm assuming that if I need to pick you up tomorrow from work, you get off at 5, so I'm gonna have to leave my house at like 4. While I would, to be honest, while I would prefer to not pick you up because I would lose that time at work. If you need me there, I'll do it. Should be fine. All right, well, just like let me know if that changes. Okay, I have now fixed it. Okay, so now I have the dog drawing on a completely separate line. I do need to erase. I don't understand why it's not letting me. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. That was weird. Yeah, if worse comes to worse, he could also come to eat. Yeah, that is very true. I know, Argus. The main reason I know you get off at the same time, but I'm just hoping your mom doesn't force you to go to the barn. Is my hope. So if she's like, you have to come to the barn with me for several hours, and you want me to pick you up from that, let me know. I really like this movie. I don't know why. This music kind of reminds me of a copyright-free version of Cowboy Bebop background music. Like when they're like in bars and stuff. She talked me into getting my car fixed. That's fair. Before I claim bingo, does anyone have bingo right now? Because I can get it, but if someone else has it, with the numbers I just called. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There you go. My original gut told me to go to 20, and I was like, no, that's too much. And it was a good thing that I did. Because I had bingo 3 different ways before I made that call. It's one of those things where I feel like it would be better if I don't get bingo. You're gonna go to bed? Okay, good night, Argus. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send you a voice note. All right, I sent you a voice note, Argus. Just telling you good night. Okay. I'm hoping once I actually start getting to the drawing of the dog portion, then I can spend like a lot of time just attacking the drawing and try and make it match something that I like. That's my hope, at least. Okay. So let me see if there's anything else I want to change. That's why it looks so different, because that it is different. Okay, well, worst case scenario, I'll just redraw it. It's fine. Okay, everything looks... I got everything. Okay. So we're gonna make this clean. Ah, Argy responded. So Argus and I went to this place that does arcades and bowling. First of all, Argus is very, very good at arcade games. He won me a stuffy, and he helped me. He won himself one, got me one, and then he also guided me to like get you drop a ball into like this spinning thing to try to get a number of tickets. He showed me, he's like, oh, if you aim for this thing, you can try to get jackpot. He got jackpot three times. 2 on one machine, 1 on a different machine, and I got jackpot once on a machine. So we ended up with, from all stuff we played, we ended up with like 2,600 tickets. I slept way too... Oh, yeah. We also did bowling, which I haven't gone bowling in like 10 years. We're saving the tickets. There was nothing that we like, so we're like, oh, well, we're going to do this again, so let's just save the tickets. Because the tickets are like on a card now, like a gift card. So he has them with him. So if we go back to it, then we could just add to the tickets. Though I do want to play some billiards next time. So we also did bowling. We did 2 rounds of it with our 2 friends. The first time... So my goal going to bowling, because I know I'm not good at bowling, is my hope was to get more than 50 points and either a spare or a strike. My first round, I was able to get a strike, which was super awesome. And I think I finished with like 85 points or something. In my second game, and I ended 3rd place out of 4 people. So I podiumed, as it were. And then the second game, I ended up with 4th place with like 80 something tickets. I did a little bit worse with no strike or spare. So I'm sorry, sweetheart. I wish I had some form of way to verify that your boss isn't going to be a dick tomorrow. I love how it censored the word dick. Oh, whoops. But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things where it's been so long since I've done that, and I'm not good at arcade games. Like I get super angry, but Argus is very good at arcade games. So if I'm with him, it'll be great. Though next time I do want to try to play billiards because I used to like pool, and yeah, the only bad thing about the whole experience was that. Well, it was the bowling aspect. The bowling aspect was the worst part, and it was still fun because the lanes were pretty close together, and the people next to us, it was like this big family who did their like double lanes, and they had children. So for some reason, especially when like the children did it, like the mom that had to stand right next to them, so I had to wait for the child to do both of their turns before I could go. And for some reason, I guess it's like a mom and a dad or something. If the dad was bowling, the mom had to stand by the side, like near where he would go. I guess I try to psych him out, and vice versa. So I'm like, y'all do realize that it's rude of me to try to do my turn when you're so close to me, and I'm trying to be nice, but you're just standing there. Like, toss your ball, walk back to wait for your ball to come back so I can go. Oh, also the bowling pins were on strings, which was very, very odd. So those were like the minor things. If they had sensors in them, in the bowling pins, no. So what it was, that last couple drops of beer was bad. So the bowling pins were attached to strings. So instead of like when you would throw something with power, typically pins could like bounce back and hit something, but since these are on strings, it's a little bit harder to just like power through it with strikes and stuff. And we understand the reason why. It's easier to reset the pins if they're on strings, so they just like they don't go as far away in the back, and you can just pull them up, rack them, and be good again. So we understand from a mechanical perspective why they're on strings, but from a like throwing the ball and trying to get strikes better, they didn't like it. I knew I was going to do bad no matter what, so it didn't bother me either which way. We're going to go ahead and run an ad while I go get a drink. I'll be right back. But yeah. It was so much fun. So, Coyote, I'll tell you where it is. So, do you remember... I'm going to be really vague here. The mall that we went to, like, in high school. How across the street there was that old U.S. play that used to exist. It's there. It's what's there now. Next to the Costco. Though I will say, it was, I think we were told it was like $30 per because we didn't buy the tickets for the bowling thing. For the 2 hours, it was like $30 per person. So our friends paid way too much for it. We think. I don't think bowling sessions should be that expensive. So we're gonna, but they do have half off arcade games on Wednesdays. So there's a chance that Argus and I might do, like, the first Wednesday of the month, might go there. Well, because most Wednesdays he has D&D, except for the first Wednesdays of the month. And if he doesn't go to Pup Night at the gay bar in Atlanta, then we might make it an arcade date night because it's half off arcade games. But we're gonna be trying some other like arcade game places that are in our area to see if there's any place that's like either a little bit cheaper or like the lanes aren't so close together. It was honestly, dude, on weekends it was pretty poppin' for a weekend. Like it wasn't like dead. It was pretty busy. The place looks as clean as I remember it because I remember I don't remember if you were there or not. So when I was like 25 or 26 and I was dating Aaron, the mechanic guy, we went there with I went there with my coworker Savannah, and there was another coworker, I think it was TT, and there might be a fourth person, I cannot remember. We went there, I had drinks, it was a good time. And I don't remember if Aaron was there with us the entire time or showed up towards the end, but that was the day before he broke up with me. Because he told me the next day that he was going to break up with me that day. Trogdor? Oh, Bezio might have been there. I don't remember. But, like, Aaron was going to break up with me that day, but he saw how much a good time I was having, and he waited until the next day. And I want to say this. I'm not angry with him. His reasons for breaking up with me, totally valid. I was never upset by it. He just said that he feels like that we just weren't compatible. Which is true, because we've been dating for a year. We hadn't done any stuff together. He tried, and I just kept shooting him down. So I think we started dating each other because we felt like we had to, because we got introduced to it by a friend. So, even to this day, I have no ill will towards him. I actually feel bad that I wasted his time for, not trying harder at being a good partner. Sexually speaking, of course. Oh yeah, from what I saw, like I messaged him like a year or so ago because he has like his own like mobile mechanic business that my dad wanted to ask about, and I think he hit me up a hot minute, like a couple years ago, just seeing how I was doing, and I noticed that he was engaged to someone also with the same name as me, and the dude was like a skinny, muscular ginger guy, and I'm like, damn, that guy's hot. But yeah. Used to work with him at AMC. Oh, his fiance? Yeah, I think he told me that. Alright, the ad's done. I don't know what I'm waiting on now. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. My next, like, vacation time is until my Disney trip in September. I'll be gone for fucking... I won't stream or anything for... like 9 or 10 days. So that'll be interesting. Because we'll be leaving on Saturday, so I'm not going to be streaming the day before. So we'll be leaving on Saturday, and then we're going to be there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll be leaving the following Saturday, coming back, and then if I go to my stream the next Sunday. You don't want to study, but here I am. I'm going to be lurking with Bezio soon. Linking up with Bezio soon. Oh, if you do, tell him what's up. Ask him what's up. Last time I met him is when he fixed my computer. We'll be grilling meats. Arby's, we have the meats. I will say though, listen, I love Bezio, great guy, friend, but like when he goes on rants about his job and he's like, I don't make enough money for this, and I'm like, no offense, dude, but I'm pretty sure you make 6 figures or close to it. So like, your arguments are valid, but you're also speaking to people who make 50 to 60K if they're lucky. I don't know. That's just me being jealous, though. That he's earned every dollar. He has earned every promotion. He's everything he has. He has earned it. I'm not denying that. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous because he's got a very clear skill and a passion to learn these skills, and I don't have something like that. And even if I did, I don't think it'd be something that would make that kind of money. Tis the tism. Yeah. Bro went from homeless to where he is all by himself, man. Oh, 100%. 100%. He bought himself a house that he could afford by himself, like a nice house, in what? Like 2017? Like before things got insanely expensive they are now, like before the pandemic. But yeah, like everything he has earned. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. I popped my neck and that felt amazing. Okay, so we're actually going to go back up to 5. Now, some might be asking me, pop, lock, and drop it, hell yeah. Some might be asking me, why am I drawing it again? And the reason why is because I have these 2 pictures in my head for this whole thing. I don't know which one I want to do. So I have this, the lines are crisp and they're clean, and so is the coloring. And then the other version I have is that the lines are more sketch-like they're more rough. And they're not perfectly even, and then so is the coloring. Hell, I might even swap the coloring type where like the clean, like the coloring is super precise for the rough sketching area, and then not so for the clean line. I don't know. I'm just very curious to see where I end up with it, you know? Because I haven't fully decided yet. But like the first step is to get all the sketch work done, and then I was going to worry about coloring. You hath returned. Long ass call. A friend of mine is playing an event for her server, typically helping that stuff. Oh, that's super awesome. A streak. Yeah, a streak. So Turtle, we finished the clean line version of this sketch-wise. So it looks like there it is. Oh, and like technically, yeah, the dog as well. So that's like clean lines. And now I'm doing the rough line version of that because I haven't decided what kind I want. Thank you. Rotoscoping is like my best friend. You know what? We're just gonna start over because I think I should at least keep the brushes the same because I think it'll look better if I have at least the same brush thickness rather than something like this, which can make me have fat lines or thin lines. You know what? Fuck it. No. I've already started this way. I'm just gonna hope for the best. Worst case scenario, I will just make all the lines fatter. Hi, Panda. I saw you beat your first big boss person in 9 Souls. Congratulations. Make him thick. Ooh, maybe I should. Yeah, I remember that boss. The only way I beat it the first time is I had to watch a playthrough of someone else beating it just so I can see what it's supposed to look like. And I think that's when I'm like, oh, you can jump pogo the man? I thought he was too big. And that's when I was like, okay. Can't say much of flying back to drawing. I've been obsessed with one specific song for weeks. I feel like I got an idea for an art piece based on a line. Very awesome. Very awesome, man. And I think another reason why I wanted to do like the rough line one is because it's going to help me get the line confidence of drawing rather than relying on going like this and just holding the pen and editing it, you know? I'm not saying it's a cheat, but I want to learn some of the confidence. You're really excited? Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, show me when it's ready. I do find it funny that I'm drawing this kind of stuff in the vector layer, just so I can like change lines and stuff later. And I can still do quick little races like that if I need to. Ah, no. Nope. Stop erasing so much. It is the way it is. It's fine. Like, the whole point of this was to be a little bit more rough. Like, that's the whole point. I was gonna trace over it again. Yeah. I will say though that as a not only a streamer but like a queer streamer in general, I really wish I liked playing Dead by Daylight, because like a lot of people I know play Dead by Daylight, and I oh sorry, that was a very aggressive hiccup. I don't like Dead by Daylight. Hold on. Let's try that again. Itchy face, itchy face. Ah, no. Ah. Let's see. So I think like that. Ugh. Oh shit, that felt uncomfortable. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then I actually fixed this before. Okay, so
Oh, howl.
who dat? It's Riku. Hello, Riku. How are you doing? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why I'm fixated on this? No clue. It's fine. Tired and EP maintaining watch streak, just raided with Urso. Yeah, me too. I was watching Rook on my own, a separate tab, so I just closed one of the tabs. But thank you for maintaining your streak. I really appreciate it. Oh, hold on. There's something I gotta see. Let me see something. Okay, let's keep working on this. Part of me really likes how rough the lines are, but another part of me that wants to make things very nice and level and pretty doesn't like it. Yeah. KGT, I honestly, KGT, before I ended the stream, I was gonna message you and be like, hey, I just want you to make sure that you keep your streak going, because I know I started very, very late. I was gonna message you. You just got home. I was gonna message you, be like, hey, you know, make sure within the next 24 hours just to like watch 5 minutes of a VOD or something so you can keep it. Because you're almost at 200 now, right? I think you were at 195 last stream. Hope it when I kicks in soon. It should. When I do it on other streams, it usually takes only like 3 to 5 minutes and it kicks in. We're gonna... How's it going? Good. It's going good. I finished the clean line version. Let me show you, actually. All right, so this is the clean line version. You know, I use the tool to like press and hold it to make the line super crisp and super clean. For a better comparison, you can look in here. Like the lines are very clear, very crisp. And then I'm also doing the rough line version, which is like this. Because my plan, or I don't know what I want yet, but my plan is, I really like the idea of having two separate versions. I don't know which one I want yet, but one is where the lines and the coloring are super crisp and clean. And then the other one is that the coloring and the lines are like rough, like they bleed over the lines, like it's just like whatever, right? And then I had another idea where clean lines, messy coloring, right? Or like rough lines, clean coloring. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really have no idea, but I just know I wanted to draw both of them. And then once I draw them out, then I'll start worrying about coloring. And I have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do with the dog, or if I'm even gonna have the dog. I don't know. It's just like, okay, so like I was dead set on the clean coloring and everything, and then I was scrolling through TikTok or Facebook or something one of the days, and it was showing people's art, and the lines aren't perfect. Like the lines don't always connect, but in the coloring matches, you know. So it might be like, so instead of the circle being like this, it might be like that, like same concept, but the lines aren't perfect. And then the coloring fills it just fine, but the lines aren't fine. I've seen both of those. You could do one with, okay, so, well, with Willow specifically, she's gonna be on a completely different layer. I'll show you. Hold on. I'll show you. So Willow is on a completely different layer, because if you look on the clean version, you have the rug, and then there's dog. So that way, I can be like, rug, dog. And that way, if I somehow do get her better, I don't have to draw her twice. Or like copy and paste it. I could just be like, oh, I really like how this looks, so I'll have her the same for the rough version as I do for the clean version, you know? So, who knows? So I'm just playing around. One of the main reasons why I'm doing like the rough sketch one is because I do need to build what's called line confidence. You know, if I want my strokes to look nicer, I have to get better at drawing it, right? Whereas if I just rely on this to where I can make the perfect circle every time, it'll take me longer to get that confidence. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Wait, what am I doing? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. You're saying it should be hard to draw. Oh yeah, well, similar to faces, drawing organic life, like animals or humans, is hard for me because when you look at the books on how to draw things, it's like, okay, for like a human, right? For like a human face, it's like, okay, so you draw a circle and then go like this. And then like the eyes would go here, and then like this is like the nose, and then it wants you to go like this, and like this is the mouth, right? Because they're like a human skull, that's the top part, that's the thing. But then it also talks about sectioning off the ear, something like here for ears, depending on the perspective. And then you have like the neck, and then like the torso, and then like arms, and then pelvis, and then legs, and then of course like feet, right? So they're like, oh yeah, that's what you do. This is step one, and then step two is like you start whittling away and adding the details, but it goes from this to like a perfect rendition, and I'm just like, what? None of this makes sense. How do you go from this to like a perfect 3D rendering? So, but then it'll be like, okay, well, see, here's the arm, right? So you have like the bicep, the elbow, and this. But then what you do is that you just like start sketching out this, like elbow, and then it ends, and then this, and then you have like the hands. Like, it's like, I get the concept, break a very complex drawing into very simple shapes and then edit it. But like my brain, unfortunately, doesn't work that way. It's just like I have to copy it perfectly the first time, and I'm hoping the more I draw, the more I can get rid of that mindset in my head. Like, if I learn that dirty lines and stuff can look good, then maybe I won't be so like, it has to look perfect the first time. But yeah, I'm just going to finish sketching out the rough one, and then I'm going to end it. So probably another like 20, 30 minutes, I think. You had sketched it while watching it for Bird Fear outside the living room. You had this one sketch of a... Oh, sorry, back up. I hear you with that. I was always terrible at drawing living things. I had this one sketch of a bird I did as a kid that I lost in time, but I remember being really proud of it. I had sketched it while watching into Bird Feeder outside. Okay, so... so I took an art class in high school. It was like the basic art class because I needed something to film. So there were a couple of main projects that I remember working on, right? There was the owl one where she's like, draw like an Idaho potato, like some potato shape, and then you add like a circle to it, and then you start editing like feet. And then it's like on a log, and there's the moon, and you draw, and like there's the wing right here, and like that was one project, right? And the other one was what I call the card pile, which is you get a trading card, like you can we traced it, so you start off with like a trading card, right? And then you just keep adding it in random places. And then for perspective, so like if I draw like this, if the card is on top, then those corners don't exist, right? And you just draw, like you had like this 11 by 14 piece of paper, and you just filled it with cards in different like angles, like maybe like this is a top, and this is like the side, and this is like diagonal, and it's just all a giant pile. And then for example, right? If I have a card right here, and underneath it is a card right there, obviously there's going to be some shadow here, right? So, like, that was another one about, like, light and everything. And the other one that I remember being so proud... I have these. I have them in my bathroom. My parents kept them. The other one, which I was so happy with, and I did not keep... So, you would get a magazine cover, right? Any magazine, and you would find a picture of a face. A face, right? That was as forward-facing as possible. you would draw a dot at the cupid's bow, between the eyes, and the bottom of the chin. And then you cut the picture in half. Just cut it. So you have this one is the real photo. No, take it back. I take it back. So like this is the real photo. And your job is to recreate this half by drawing it as best as you can. Mine was a National Geographic photo of, I guess it was Africa, because it was a picture of an African child, probably, I called it a baby, but it was probably a toddler, maybe 2 or 3 years old. But I called it my black baby. Granted, when I finally brought this side back and I compared it, my eyes were bigger than like the image, the reality of it, or like the whole shape of the face was a little bit longer. But it was good because like you already have it, right? If it's a mirror image, you have one side. So your job is just to like mirror it horizontally. I loved that picture. I loved it so much. I never kept it. I really wish I did. And my art teacher, Miss Toff, said that I had potential. Like she liked how I drew. She thought I did pretty good. But I didn't take her painting class, which was the next semester, because my mom told me that I needed something to look good on my college application, which I took yearbook. To this day, I regret not taking that painting class. I should have taken the painting class. Maybe it would have helped me discover that I like painting, not drawing, because I know painting can be a bit different. Like, it doesn't have to be as clean as like line art and sketching. Maybe I would have realized I hated it. I don't know, but that's like my biggest regret, is that I didn't. A fine art looks well. My mom's idea. Granted, I want to remind you, this was 2008. I wanted to apply to UGA because my older sister had gone there, and I barely, when I tell you I barely graduated high school with honors, like a 3.5, it was barely. Like, I didn't have any AP classes. I didn't have AP classes. I did not have a high thing. I did not have clubs. So the closest to a club was yearbook. Like, that was a club without being an after-school club. Like, my older sister had, like, honor society and all this other bullshit. And yeah, they didn't care that much. There was something weird about like 2007 or 8, because I remember. So my older sister who had a shit ton of AP classes, graduated high school with a 4.3 GPA. If not, like, she was so academically gifted, it was disgusting. And to this day I'm still jealous of her. She got into UGA no problem, right? Like, a year or two after I graduated high school, so this was 2009, 2010, she was talking to the people who were applying, and even she doesn't think that she can get in at that point in time, because what it was that a lot of people couldn't afford Ivy League schools, right? They could get in, but they couldn't afford it, so they stayed in-state. So they went to UGA, because UGA is a very good school for a lot of different things. So because the people couldn't afford the Ivy League schools, the other schools got really expensive and more competitive. Whereas I probably could have gotten into UGA in like 2004, like maybe waitlisted, but there was no way I could have gotten in 2008. And even my older sister said that she doesn't think she would have gotten in as easy in something like 2010 than she did in like 2006. You know, it all really, like, you're only as good as your competition. And if a lot of like the really smart people, 2004, maybe you should have tried to get in there. I mean, maybe. I don't know what your GPA was like or anything. Also, my essay, I don't think it was that good. I went to a liberal arts college for 2 years. I had a friend of mine who I had a friend of mine who also couldn't get into UGA and just transferred in because it's so much easier to because transferring in, you just transfer in, right? You don't have to like write like an essay or anything. You just do it. And part of me, well, by then my mom had died, and I wanted to stay home, so I went to a school closer to me than UGA, because UGA was a way away. And let's be real, with how bad I was doing in school anyway, me going to UGA, all that would have done is increase my student loans and made me feel more isolated and depressed than I did when I was at home. So. All right, well, I have to go to the bathroom real quick, so I'm going to go ahead and run an ad right now. So we're going to be, you had a 4.0, but you also went to a tech school your junior, senior year taking their marketing program. Yeah, you probably could have gotten in tech. If you apply that to like in-state, you probably could have gotten in. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Sorry, clicked the wrong thing. KGT, did I ever show you the drawings I did, I don't know, like 6 or 7 years ago when I tried drawing on paper the first time? And I bought a book at Barnes & Noble. Actually, it was probably closer to 10 years ago. I bought a book at Barnes & Noble's, and it would show pictures of flowers, and I wouldn't follow their guide. I just tried to, I got the final image, and I just did my best to recreate it. Did I ever show you what that looked like? I showed it on stream last time. I just don't know if you were here for it. Okay. Let me show you. You're going to see me shirtless and in my underwear because it's hot, so just bear with me. Hello. I am sweaty. Alright, so before I show you the image to you, I want to show you the reference photo. My chair is super low to the ground because my drawing tablet's low to the ground. Okay. So... let's see, let me find it. Alright, here's one. Alright, so here's a book. Okay. Here... oh, damn it, come on. This is the book. I got this a long time ago. And, for example, I was like, oh, the Regal Lily? I really like that. I want to recreate it. Did I follow any of these steps? I did not. So instead, I just recreated it. Like, imperfect lines and everything. I just did my best to recreate it. Like, you can't really see it because it's not showing on camera very much. But, like, you can see that, like, the lines are not perfect. It's super sketchy. Not, and by sketchy, I mean, like, it's not, like, one swoop. It's just, like, lots of small lines. Oh, I drew it in 2013, by the way. The other one was a tulip. It's the other one. Tulip. Apparently, this was me trying to do better at my lines and getting frustrated. So yeah, I've tried drawing lots of times in the past, but I try to go for perfect recreations immediately rather than like taking the process, because I don't have someone like a teacher in a class setting saying, step 1, draw a potato, and this is what a potato looks like. And so instead of me seeing the final picture, I'm like, I need to copy that. She's like, draw a potato. I'm like, okay. And she's like, then draw this, what will be a wing, and then delete the crossing lines. Oh, okay. So she would force me to do it step by step by step, rather than what I want to do, which is go from nothing to the final image, which I don't have the skill to do. So. I was going to finish streaming here pretty soon, but I just opened up a third beer by accident, so I'm going to be here for a bit. So, yes. Hold on, I have to refresh the Twitch page because it's not running right. Here we go. But yeah, I've never been very good at taking it step by step. I want to immediately be what I deem to be amazing or good. And what sucks even more, so like this rough sketch that I plan on doing, right? This rough one with the lines and everything. If someone else had done it, I'd be like, oh my God, that looks amazing. That's such a cool idea. It's perfectly imperfect and I love it. But the fact that I'm doing it, I have a strange feeling I'm going to look at it and be like, it looks childish. It looks inexperienced. It looks unfinished. That's one of my fears, is that I will look at these rough lines and think, you suck, or you need a lot more practice before you can show it to people. But if someone else had done it, I'd be like, oh my god, that's such a good idea, you know? So, and that's just like the imposter syndrome kicking in, and the bad brain chemistry I have, where I feel like I have to be immediately really good at something to keep doing it. I can't tell you how many hobbies I've started and stopped because I don't go from 0 to master in a week. What's interesting is that someone asked me on my last stream when I was drawing this, they're like, what's your favorite part of the drawing process? And I said external validation, because it helps counteract the part of my head that says I'm not immediately amazing. So when people are like, oh my god, it's so good, it helps me fight that voice in my head. So my favorite part about drawing, specifically when I stream, is the external validation. But I do like seeing, when it's all done, having that, oh crap, I made a thing. Holy crap. Thankfully, the latter of the two is becoming more common than the former. But, yeah. I remember I was watching Game Grumps like a long time ago, and Aaron was talking to Dan, being like, anyone can learn to draw. You just have to do it. And whether or not you become quote-unquote good just comes with time. It's not a skill you have to inherently possess. You can learn. And for a long time, people told me that same thing, but I'm trying to do better to believe it. So, I very highly doubt that Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps will ever see something that I do. But I hope he knows that even just by that passive comment of, if you just stick with it, and even if you just draw a little doodle face, you'll get better the more you do it, and that helps. Drawing is a very technical skill. Depending on, I feel like, yes, it is, but also it doesn't have to be. And like, again, this could be the imposter syndrome talking, right? To me, there is a difference between drawing and something very technical like singing. Some are just naturally gifted. Oh, I 100% agree with that. But I feel like if you're a bad singer, there is no amount of practice that will make you a good singer. You can be better, but you won't be good. And by good, I mean if you went, like if you sung at a party, right? People won't go like, oh, it's not good. I'm sorry, the alcohol's kicking in. That was a bad analogy, but it just seems to me that comparing, if I could have any skill that people have, I would love to be able to sing. I can't carry a tune to save my life. I can't. You're a good singer. I mean, Argus is a good singer too. So like, that's a skill that I will, no matter how, I could go to a voice coach and be like, I want to learn how to sing, and they can only help me so much. Like if I can't carry a tune, I can't carry a tune, right? But stuff like dancing, you can learn to be passable. Drawing, you may not be the next Van Gogh or Picasso, or learn to draw pictures that are so realistic they look like photographs. But since what is considered art is so wide and so subjective, that you can still be a good artist if you practice. I mean, hell, apparently if you look at some of the shit that rich people buy, you can be a terrible artist, and as long as you can just talk shit, you can work. Buried on your TikTok is an old karaoke video of me. Ooh. Argus loves to sing to female artists, Demi Lovato, Taylor Swift, all that fun stuff. So he'll be in the car and like Taylor Swift will come off being like, shake it off, see, I can't even do that. Oh, that was awful. But he likes singing with female artists. I prefer male artists just to listen to. But he used to sing like when he was younger. I don't know how young he was, but he went to England. I think it was Carnegie Hall, and sang with his like choir group when he was younger. So I wish I could sing. I would love to be able to sing. But in terms of art, my only goal, you came in third at college at a college idol kind of thing. That's still a fucking amazing. If I did it, I would be the kid that's like the comedic relief. Like metaphorically speaking, if I were to sing, if I would try to sing, I would break glass. And not in the I'm an amazing opera singer vocalist kind of thing, but in like it's so bad that glass wants to kill itself to hide its way from me. Like I can't carry a tune. I was in band for 4 years. And after 4 years of band, I still have like no musical rhythm. I can barely keep step with a song, you know? But anyway, so like if I could have one goal when it comes to becoming more confident with my art, it's having something in my head and translating it to the page, the screen, whatever you want to call it, with some accuracy to where I don't feel disgusted by it. Like, I've had this picture in my head that I would love to draw, that at this point in time, I could never draw it even remotely close to how I picture it in my head. Like, that's what I hope for myself. That, and, you know, see anything I draw and don't go, Heh! But, you know, that's more of an internal confidence thing, I think. There are like 60 plus people that entered. I did on a whim and found out that I got a call back from the next round. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Oh, speaking of singing, you want to hear something crazy? Okay, so Argus and I. Okay, so you know how at restaurants, if you say it's your birthday, the servers will come out with like a piece of cake or whatever and start clapping. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday. Da, 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 da. Whatever they sing, that's what they sing. I remember telling Argus, both before we started dating and afterwards, and everyone I talked to about it, being like, never, ever, ever, ever do that to me. I do not like being the center of attention. I have massive stage fright. I do not like public speaking, and I do not like it when the perception of the entire room is upon myself. Don't like it, don't do it. Argus is the same way. He's like, don't like it, don't do it. We go to a restaurant with our friends yesterday, and he works there. He tells the server that it was Argus's birthday a couple days ago. So I was more offended than Argus. Argus was like, okay, fine. And I was like, no, that's not cool. We have all told you not to do that. None of us like it. He's like, oh, but it's like a free piece of cake. I'm like, I don't care. I would rather pay for the piece of cake than, you know, like, have this thing that we clearly don't like. Thankfully, the server came by and heard us talk about it. And she's like, we don't have to sing if you don't want it. I'm like, no, we would. Please, if you don't have to, great. And like, she didn't want to do it. They don't like doing it either. It was 10:30 at night. They were after a rush, and they were like, they close at midnight. No, like, they don't want that. So at least the cake was good. I will say, like, the cake piece, lava cake thing was very, very good, and it tasted very delicious. And I'm very happy that our friend did that for us. But I'm not happy that he told a coworker of his something that we have clearly stated in the past we hate this, do not do that. And he did it anyway because he's like, well, I work here and it's okay. And it's like, yeah, it's okay for you. It's not okay for us. Because if all we cared about was if the cake piece was free or whatever, then we would do it. We wouldn't care if we did it, you know? He was a little intoxicated when he talked to his coworkers about it. So, like, I'll forgive him for that a little bit. And I wasn't seriously, like, mad at him. But I was annoyed with him. And he just, and like, I feel kind of bad for being annoyed because he just did a nice thing. He's like, well, you know, it's a free piece of cake and I wanted to celebrate you. And I'm like, I understand the niceness of it all, but it seems like more you want to flex like the fact that you work here and these are your coworkers and you feel safe here to do a thing that we said we didn't want you to do. And I also argue the same thing in terms of like engagement. Like, if Argus and I choose to get married, when the proposal happens, it will not be a public proposal. Like, it won't be at a restaurant. It won't be, like, I will not drop to one knee in the middle of a restaurant. It won't be at a sporting event. It won't be at a party. It won't be at a park. And by park, I mean, like, so there's the Botanical Gardens during the holidays. And we've seen people who, like, in the crowd propose to their girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. And then people clap. Don't want that. I told him that if I'm going to get proposed to or propose in a quote-unquote public area, it's going to be because technically it's a space for anyone can go to. So if I go to a park, that's technically public, but I'm not going to do it in a crowd. I would much rather, like, okay, here's for example, right? I thought, okay, so Argus and I, when we started dating, I took him to this park near his house that I had been to before. And there's this bench by the water. And I sat down there. And I told him my fears and my concerns about dating. And that's where I asked him if that I was ready to go that next step. And if he was sure he wanted to go that next step with me. That was at a park, technically off of a nature trail, so it's in a public area. So off the top of my head, if I proposed to him, I could see myself going back to that place and having the same conversation with him. So yes, it's in public, and yes, people could stop behind us and like give us congratulations, but I'm not intentionally doing it in a crowd. And I also highly doubt that I will get on my hands, on my knees to lift a ring up because my knees are so bad. I don't know if I could get up. I mean, to be fair, I didn't think I'd ever find someone I never thought I'd want to get married, let alone find someone to get married with. But yeah. What? So, yeah. Thankfully, I do know that. I mean, Argus told me at the very beginning of our hell, even before we started dating, that his ideal end goal for a relationship is marriage. So I know that if we're together long enough, at some point the conversation will seriously be a topic that we have to talk about. Okay. Do I feel like I need to go over anything to make the lines thicker at all? Maybe here. Okay. Okay, so for comparison, clean, rough. What's funny is having them both over it is kind of crazy. Okay. Okay, so okay. I don't know if I like this. So, let's see. No, too purpley. Okay, so first of all, okay. 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 So let's work on this. Okay, and then the cork board, it's like a yellowish brown, which I guess is technically an orangey tint. Okay, this one I'm okay with. And I'll add some like brown specks throughout. So now I need more of a brown. Let's see. Let's see. I actually don't know how I feel about that. And then I guess You know what? I'll consider that a win for what is going to be particle board. Okay. So now the next thing I'm going to do is just go straight black. Dual brush. I don't know what that means. What is this weird thing going on here? Something fell over in the house. Just sort of thought, yeah. Will anyone see this? No. But I will know. Okay. I need to make the monitors a little bit thicker. Okay. Okay, so obviously this is gonna be red. Okay. It's a vibrant red. I need to do dots. Maybe stamp. Decoration. Hi, KDT. Thank you for coming back. This is airbrush. No. Let's see. Oh, nope. Okay. Well, the good thing is, I now know that this needs to be thicker. That's awful, but it's okay. That's awful. Okay. Ah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna work on this part, like just making sure everything's like colored somewhat well. And then I'm probably gonna call it. You do know it's almost 1 a.m.? Yeah. Fuck. Let me just finish this mouse pad. Let me do this mouse pad. The reason why is because I woke up really late today. Yeah, I do have a little tunnel vision. But I actually didn't finish this part. Okay. Is this... Am I okay with stopping here? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. And again, like, this is like the rough coloring one, so I do plan on having a little bit cleaner lines and everything here. Now that I've tried the microphone and the cork board, I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to do that on the clean version. And like this whole chair thing, it's a blanket design, and I meant to do the blanket design because see it's a checkerboard, so I will probably need to do that also on the line page for both of them. So let me just hide the reference for now. And also, I'm debating if I want to like try to do something in here on this side. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, thank you for... Oh, I need to snooze. Thanks for watching, everybody. Next stream most likely will be tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, it'll be on Tuesday, because Tuesday will be Battlefield Reset Day. We'll see how I fare with staying up so late tomorrow before I decide if I'm going to raid tomorrow, stream tomorrow. But yeah, it's coming together. It'll be interesting. What I hate is that I know I did different colors. Like, I have a black desk. I don't want to do black everything, because if I did black everything, you wouldn't be able to tell what's what. But unless I figure out some way to like do highlights just to distinguish between like the armrest and everything, and I haven't fully decided how yet. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. Good night. I'm so gonna regret staying up this late. Oh, let me call all the numbers are already called. Cool. Goodbye. Good night, KGT. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Good night, my friend.